in here we have many participants here, so that is really nice thing. This hour's workshop is called Creative Storytelling Techniques. So I will be telling a little bit theory part for you, and then we will have a workshop as it mentioned, so you can also do your own job later. My name is Maikki Manninen. I work as ICT advisory teacher here in the city of Oulu, Finland. It's quite northern part of Finland. Still really wintry here, -10 degrees about. So we are still having a winter time here. And I like to introduce you my colleague Hanna Lassila. She's waving there.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hanna Lassila, and I'm early childhood education teacher here in Oulu, city of Oulu in Finland. Greetings for everybody.
And we have a couple of other facilitators here also. So at the end of the session, you will, or the half of the session, you will be in breakout rooms. So we will have a couple of facilitators there also with you. Hanna and Saana has done all the hard work here. So I'm just a speaker mostly. So they have done the most. So we have to thank them. But I will start now. I will first share my screen, just a minute. Hope this goes okay, because we have been testing this quite much and we were struggling with it, but please tell me if you have some problems. For example, if one slide gets stuck, like we did with Hanna yesterday, we had that problem, so please tell me that, so I will start this sharing again. Okay, and then this is the tricky part when I start this slide show. So I hope everyone can see this show now.
I think we're still seeing the slides, not the show.
Not the show. Okay, this was the problem yesterday also. Just a minute. Let's not panic yet. I will start again. What do you see now?
Now we see the show. Very
Great.
good.
Perfect. And if it gets stuck in this first slide, please tell me. Okay, but this workshop title today is Creative Storytelling Techniques. Okay, did you get another slide?
Yes, it seems to be working.
Great, yes, good. Okay, so here are the partners. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier before also, but you can see the partners here in this Erasmus project here. And we come from city of Oulu, Finland. About today's workshop, first you will hear a couple of things, not that much, about how children learn and storytelling as a tool. Then I will present you our learning cycle that we use quite a lot here in Oulu, in kindergartens, in early childhood education centers, and also in schools nowadays. Then we will divide you in breakout rooms, and you will get to make your own story by following the learning cycle, and you will have the facilitator there, so you don't have to do anything by yourself. We will tell you what to do. And fourth is we will share your stories to our Padlet, and you will see other stories also there, so you will see it. Okay, then young children, as I think you all know, are naturally curious and eager learners. They explore their environment, they observe, experiment, and continuously learn new things through play, interaction, and first-hand experiences. Learning does not only take place in planned education settings, but it's an ongoing process connected to everyday events. Interaction with adults and other children supports a child's learning. Young children learn a lot by imitating and observing others. Encouragement, questions, and most of all, positive feedback from adults strengthen a child's curiosity and motivation to learn, and also is very good thing about their self-esteem. A young child's learning is holistic, experiential, and social. The role of an adult is to create a safe and supportive environment where the child can learn at their own pace, experiment, make mistakes, which is really important when learning something new, and take joy in new discoveries. So a little bit about storytelling as a tool for learner and learning. Stories are an essential part of how humans understand the world, and they play a crucial role in young children's learning. From an early age, children listen fairy tales, hopefully, tell their own stories, and immerse themselves in imaginary worlds. Storytelling provides children with a rich and diverse way to learn and make sense of their surroundings. Stories are also an effective way to grasp as abstract and complex concepts. Ethical questions, natural phenomena, or historical events, for example, can become much more vivid and understandable through a story rather than just as plain facts. When a child identifies with a character in a story, they can better understand emotions, perspectives, and cause and effect relationships. Additionally, storytelling supports the development of imagination and creativity. Listening to stories or creating their own helps children practice flexible thinking, idea generation, and problem solving. Especially inventing their own stories allows children to build their own understanding of the world and structure their experiences. A little bit about our learning cycle. In this workshop, we want to introduce you to a method that helps explore the world of storytelling with young children. The learning cycle supports teachers in guiding the storytelling process in a way that makes children active participants, allowing them to use their imagination and creativity. In early childhood education, teaching is based on socio-cultural theory. Accordingly, when storytelling with young children, it is important to emphasize the interactive nature of the process. Children are encouraged to participate by asking them questions, allowing them to complete the story or creating new plot twists together. Learning takes place in a social context as children share their thoughts during the process and learn from one another. When storytelling is based on shared experiences and active participation, it supports children's social and cognitive development and helps them to understand the world together with others. In the learning cycle, the adult acts as a guide and support, helping to move the process forward while giving children the space to create their own child-centered stories. The learning cycle is also a highly useful method for other learning processes with children beyond storytelling. In Finland, in the city of Oulu has successfully implemented various learning processes in schools using the learning cycle for several years now. Both teachers and students have shared highly positive experiences with this approach. Students learn the subject matter much more deeply and gain a more holistic understanding of the subject. Students experience ownership of their own learning, which is I personally think, the most important thing and the thing that motivates most. Okay. I have a couple of examples for you where we have been using this learning cycle. So, and especially as a method of storytelling. One project brought to life the poems of the Finnish poet Kirsi Kunnas. The children did, for example, coding tracks from the points of the poems and went from point to point with the help of bbots. In addition, they made their own animations from the poems. Pupils bring their own toy to school, and story is devised in notebooks, which begins, for example, one day I heard a strange rustling in my room. When I opened the door, I saw my beloved stuffed animal packing a suitcase. My own suitcase was also on the bed, and my teddy told me, "Pack your bags, now we are going on an adventure." So we have a lot of examples, and also here is one more. The students come up with the story, and when it was ready, they chose one or more locations. The student is filmed in front of green screen wall. We are using that quite a lot here in schools and in early childhood education centers. Using the iPad device, the images are combined and the student records the story they read from the notebook using the iMovie program. The task can be varied with a moving background video and video of the students. Still images were used in this project also. We have a website that we have more examples about the projects, but unfortunately they are now in Finnish, so I don't think it helps you quite a lot, but I think we are going to add some English versions also there, so stay tuned about that. So here is a breakdown of learning cycles, each step separately. First, there is a task, objective. At the center of the process are the learning goals that are set in the planning phase. The goal identifies multidisciplinary knowledge and skill goals. So that is the first step, important one. Second one is background phase. So in the background phase, learners actively function as collectors of the necessary information and as researchers related to given theme. They get to explore the matter and build the necessary knowledge base. The key is that especially children and young people are taught how to form good questions. At first, we find out what kind of information about the theme and problem already exists. It is good to ensure that learners find and use a variety of information sources. It can be from internet, it can be from books, and wherever they can find the information. The observation made by the learners themselves are often used to gather information. Is in connection with the observation. For example, you can visit the object and interview other people about the theme also. As a result of the phase, the learners have a good understanding of the theme or project or object, possibly the needs of the users and the challenges related to use. Usually, when we start to learn or teach something new, we quite often stop at this phase. So we collect the information that already exists and we transfer the information to other place, but we don't get to plan anything new. So this is like a traditional way to teach. We stop here at the background phase, but not today. Next one is ideation and planning phase. We have combined them in this cycle. In the ideation phase, the material collected in the background work phase is utilized. In the groups, we focus on ideation and look for possible solutions related to the task. The goal is to generate a lot of different ideas. So an open attitude towards all ideas is important, and judging them should be avoided in order to maintain a creative and positive mind. By combining ideas, they can often become a completely new solutions, and the resulting refined ideas are shared by the group. As a result, the group has developed one or more solutions, which they take to further development. When I'm telling you about this learning cycle, I'm always talking about working in groups. Today, you are going to work alone because of the situation here. We have plenty of people here, and it's not so easy because we are all online. It's not so easy to work in groups. But usually when we do this kind of learning, we always work in groups. So we learn also how to work in groups. It's not so easy always to young children and students. In this phase, solution ideas can be initially sketched, for example, on paper, what it would look like or how it would work. The most important thing is to find a design method suitable for your own solution. In planning, it is possible to create so-called light prototypes, which can be used to quickly test the functionality of the solution. The most suitable versions are selected for the next step. We try to look at our own and others' plans through the eyes of the final user. In the planning phase, the so-called improving, where the group's own solutions develop by learning from the solutions made by others. And then there comes the execution phase, which is quite often the phase that we want to go straight ahead and we forget the ideation and planning phase. So important phase also execution, but the most important thing is ideation and planning. In this execution phase, we make the first more accurate prototype of the solution. At this stage, the right materials and techniques are used to produce the final solutions. When the first version of the solution is completed, it is evaluated and feedback is collected. In the implementation phase, several manufacturing or implementation experiments can be done until it is concluded that the solution and its production process have been perfect. Usually when we learn this kind of way, we do some kind of prototypes. We collect materials and do prototypes. Once again, now we are all online. We are not in the same place, so we don't have any materials now. So now we are doing this learning cycle example only with our devices, with our computer or tablets. And the last one is sharing phase. In the sharing phase, the groups present their achievements to the others. In addition to the prototype solution, the presentation tells what the group has done in the different stages of the process and why. Repetition implemented in this way helps learners to adopt the process even more strongly. Reflecting on one's actions and decisions is also key in the sharing phase. In addition, it is good to practice your own solution, the so-called pitching. In addition, you can also learn about communication and marketing. So entrepreneurship education comes here in really important role also. And in the sharing phase, you get the feedback from others, and then you can start to do the cycle again, so you can improve your solution. And in the learning cycle, every phase is important, not only the final solution, but every phase that you go through. It is really important. Okay. Here is a little bit about theory, about storytelling as a tool, and also the learning cycle. Don't worry, you don't have to remember every step because you have the facilitator in your own breakout room when we start soon to do the work. So you will enter breakout rooms to work according to the learning cycle method. In the breakout rooms, with the help of facilitator, you will create your own story based on the Agenda 2030 goals. We will automatically assign you to breakout rooms where you will receive further instructions on how to proceed. And we will then return to the main room where we will summarize the content of the workshop, and we will ask if you could send us some feedback about these workshops also, but let's do that after the breakout rooms. One thing for the facilitators, so now it is 10 to 1, and is it okay if we are going to have half an hour or 25 minutes? What do you think in total in breakout rooms? We have quite nice time now, so I would suggest that we have half an hour.
Yeah, that's. I think that's fine.
Okay, so when clock is 22 past 1, we will enter the main room. So, or the main. Yeah.
The breakout rooms will close automatically, and then.
Okay, so you will do that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I have assigned you all to the breakout rooms. I have given each breakout room a name, and Mikey, Hannah, the facilitators might need to switch. I'm not sure if I put you on the right one. So I'll open the rooms now, and then please for the facilitators, please find the right room.
Yeah, we will. And do you, Alex and Jenny, do you have any questions, or is everything okay?
I think everything is fine for me.
Okay.
We will figure it out.
Yeah, some way or another. And let's go to, okay. Now, here. Here you can see, just a minute. You can see the Padlet platform. First of all, of course, welcome back. And I think you have all done an amazing job. I was just saying that I have a great story coming up. I hope you all feel the same. I think you have been doing an amazing job. And I hope that you got some idea how to use this learning cycle as a tool. I think it's always easier to come up with new things when you have you have different phases and you will go through it one by one, not just saying that please come up with the story or please write a story. So then you have the blank paper syndrome, and then you will have like, okay, I don't have any idea in my head. And we hope that this task has given you insight into impact of storytelling also. In your work with children, you can create stories together related to agenda goals, and in doing so, learn more about the world we live in. You have also opportunity to explore the stories created by others when they are finished, as well as other project outcomes on the Creative Storytellers Padlet platform. If you have any questions regarding today's workshop, please feel free to leave them on the Padlet platform. I think we have there one section for the questions also. If not so, we will put it afterwards. We will respond to your questions as soon as possible. We will share also direct Padlet link in the chat. And you can also find it on the Creative Storytellers website, but you can also see the QR code here in this slide. So if you want to go via your phone or iPad or tablet, then you can go through the QR code. And at the end of the session, we hope that you have a couple of minutes time to answer your this Mentimeter survey. So there are a couple of questions. What are your takeaways from this workshop? So please, we hope that you have time. Now we have actually a couple of minutes, so we can use it to give this feedback.
Yeah, for the Mentimeter also, I just posted the link to the chat, so you can go through the chat, use the QR code, or you go to menti.com and use also the code that I will put in the chat right now. And we would be really grateful to hear back from you. And that concerns both feedback to this workshop, but also to the first session that we had earlier today.
Yes. I think then we are done. I want to thank you all for participating on behalf of me and most of all my colleague Hanna. Thank you, Hanna. Are you still there alive?
I'm here, but I didn't have my voice.
Good. So yes, we want to thank you and wish you very nice springtime. Hope sun is shining. It is in here, but still quite cold. But we are going through towards summer. So 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, and I would like to remind everybody while I look at your comments here that on the 2nd of April, we have a webinar dedicated specifically to various digital apps and tools that we can use to foster storytelling in a preschool setting. So stay tuned for this workshop. And of course, if you would like to practice your skills in the learning cycle even more, you can join us again tonight, because we will again offer the same workshops that we did now this morning in our evening session, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern European time, 6 o'clock Central European time, and 5 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time or Portuguese time. So if your colleagues couldn't make it now, maybe they would have a chance to look at it later. And with that, and basically right on time, I would just like to ask if you have any questions, or if you would like to comment anything. Now is obviously a good time. There's a question if you can see the Padlet. Yes, if you're on the Padlet Planet, I can see that there have been some pictures uploaded from a mini book and so on. We will link all those Padlets to our main Padlet. You know, the Creative Storyteller Padlet that we have linked already in the chat. We will link all the Padlets of the 5 Ps with your stories there. So, and also with the stories that will come later tonight. And I think this might be a great source of inspiration.
And Jens, you can already find those from our main platform, Padlet platform.
Ah, perfect.
All
Good.
Those are there.
They are already linked.
Yeah, they're already there.
Yeah. Super. So if you don't have any questions, we'll be here for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, I hope to see you on the 2nd of April or later today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.